Bonjour Darling! Today I'm going to do a tag that I saw one of the people I follow, TB Kane. I'm going to link his channel down below. Doing like yesterday or the day before that, and I thought it was kind of interesting, and I love doing tags, especially short ones. And since I'm still doing NaNoWriMo at the moment, I needed some easy to go videos to do, some fast pacing ones. So let's do this. And you saw the title. Today I am doing the How I Read tag. Question 1. How do you find out about new books to read? Really easy. I have 3 sources that I use for my books to read. 1, Booktube, like obviously. I'm there so often that, well, those YouTubers have usually good books to recommend to me. So, well, I buy them. 2, I just go to a bookstore and stroll inside it and find books that I find interesting in the sections that I like sci-fi, mystery, or fantasy, my favorite genres. And 3, my friends and family. I have the chance to have a lot of friends that read too, and family members that love to read. So sometimes I'll just hear them talking about the book, or find in the bookshelves some books that I find really interesting, and I'll read them. Question number 2. How did you get into reading? I'm going to be really cliché, but I was in, how do you say that in the English American system? 2nd grade? 3rd grade? I think it's 3rd grade. CE2, I was between 7 and 8, and I started reading Harry Potter. I loved reading before that. I liked reading before that. I had already some books. My mother really encouraged me to read. She bought me books at least once a month. But what really got me into reading, what made it one of my favorite hobbies, was Harry Potter. And it was then that I also knew that one day I would write a book, because I wanted people to feel as good as I felt when I read Harry Potter. So there you go. I am a cliché. Question number 3. How has your taste in books changed as you grew older? I will say the only thing that has changed is, first, I read more adult, obviously, but also sci-fi. When I was younger, I was really more into mysteries and fantasy, but when I was younger, did I say older? As of now, I'm leaning more towards sci-fi, because I've met people that really love sci-fi. I've played sci-fi games, especially Mass Effect and Deus Ex, that really got me into reading more sci-fi. And also, I am starting to love a genre that I never expected to appreciate. It's contemporary fiction. Like, I haven't read much. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe is the most recent. and I've made a video about that, but that book really shook me to my core. So I'm listening a little bit more closer when booktubers recommend contemporary literature. I'm getting out of the imaginary universe like fantasy and sci-fi and contemplating reading about the real world more. Question 4. How often do you buy books? When I want to, and I got the money, which is usually once a month. Once a month I'll buy at least one book to add to my TBR, and I read slowly, so it's piling up. But I buy books at least once a month. Sometimes twice when I'm a little bit crazy and I've got a little bit more money, which is not the case right now, sadly, but hey, what can you do about it? 5. How did you get into booktubing? I have 2 people to thank for that. I discovered AuthorTube first through Alexa Dunn. And then, through YouTube recommendations, I discovered A Clockwork Reader. I'll link both the channels down below, even though they are 2 of the biggest, so you probably already know them. And I watched their entire channels, and I had been contemplating the idea of creating a channel of my own for a while. And I decided, oh my god, let's do this. Let's do like those people that I admire a lot and talk about my favorite subject, writing and reading. And also TTRPGs, like, yeah, obviously. Number 6, how do you react when you don't like the ending of a book? How do I react? Well, I imagine another one and I write it. Like, for example, I love Harry Potter. It's one of my favorite sagas of all time. I love it, but I don't like the epilogue. And by the way, Cursed Child, fanfiction. Not canon. I don't care what Rowling says. So I just created my own little world in which the characters are different, and I imagined what they became, and I don't care about Pottermore or Wizarding World either, and I just created my own ending for those characters, and sometimes I'll write some fan fiction that I don't publish because they are trash and I don't like them after I've finished them. Not that I don't like the story itself, because I love what my headcanons, but because I don't think they're written well. So yeah, when I don't like the ending of a book, I cry, and then I create my own ending for myself. 7. How often do you take a sneak peek at the end of a book to know if there is a happy ending? Are there really people that do that? I never do that. Is it a thing? Do people read the end of books before? What's the point? You don't know the characters yet. Like, okay. Well, I never do that. Why would I do that? Girl. What? I'm shocked. Okay, so people do that. They read the end before the beginning. Okay, I don't. I don't. Okay, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of any of my new videos. I post when I feel like it, especially right now since it's NaNoWriMo, but I try to at least post once a week. And you can also follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and my website, all linked down below. And as always, au revoir, darling!